Hello, Manasquan River Golf Club membership, and welcome to closing day / night ceremonies. Obviously, a little different story this year. We're not having a closing night award ceremony or a closing day luncheon or any of that nature, but that's 2020 in a nutshell, and we will do the best that we can with what we got. So, little video out to the entire membership. First and foremost, I would like to thank the entire membership for a fantastic 2020 season. It was obviously filled with plenty of challenges, but the membership buying into the policies and guidelines that have been put in place made for a great season. Thank you to President McGlynn and the entire board for their support and guidance throughout the entire year. Thank you to the golf chairman, Mr. Butch Foz, for his belief in golf and for the love of golf. It was very easy to cancel everything this year or not have certain events, but Mr. Foz was a believer in having a complete tournament schedule, and we were able to accomplish that, which is a great task. So thank you very much to Mr. Foz for his belief in golf here at the club. Thank you to Michael Zuzak, Ryan Brennan, and Chef Maurice, and the entire clubhouse staff for all of their hard work in a very, very challenging season. Thank you to Matt Morrow and his entire team for such a fantastic job. Play is up substantially. We have already surpassed 20,000 rounds this year, probably on our way to pushing 25,000 rounds by the end of the year. And that is with 6 weeks off, so we're well ahead of schedule, about 4,500 rounds ahead of schedule compared to this time last year. So Matt Morrow and his team have done such an amazing job having this golf course in such tip-top shape day in and day out. Really, I've played a lot of great golf courses this year, and every time I walk off of a golf course, I find myself saying, that was really good, but it's not as good as Manasquan River, and that's a credit to Matt Morrow and his entire team for doing such an amazing job the entire year. Thank you to Joe Blackman and Debbie Smith in the locker rooms for keeping them clean, keeping them sanitized throughout the entire year, and making our members feel comfortable to go in there and use the restrooms or possibly change their shoes and whatnot. So thank you very much for all of their detailed work and dedicated work to the club. And obviously my team, what a year it has been. Never having tee times in the history of the club, implementing tee times on a daily basis without a tee time software. A lot of long hours, probably the most hours we've ever worked, and definitely the most unique year ever in my 13 years in the golf business. And not a day went by where they didn't have a smile on their face and they weren't excited to be here. And I didn't really hear a complaint from my staff one bit the entire year. They took everything in stride and ran with it and really, really did a fantastic job. So really big compliment to obviously my entire team, Vince, Paul, Marshall, Kathy, Catherine, who was here this summer, Kyle, who was here this summer, and my wife, Jill, for all of their detailed work and dedication to the golf operations here at Manasquan River Golf Club. It is greatly appreciated. Sean McPherson, I spoke about him yesterday at closing day, but what can I say about Sean? Probably worked harder than anybody else on property this year. A lot of long days, dealing with a lot of new challenges. Obviously some challenges with, COVID situations and guidelines and bringing in caddies and staggering them to get here. Running with tee times that he's never had before. So really, such an amazing job by Sean. He is my right-hand guy, and I couldn't imagine doing it without him, let alone, being a father for the first time like Sean was, doing all of this hard work with having a 6-month-old at home and the baby being born in April. I obviously know firsthand because we're in the same shoes. It was a long year, and Sean obviously worked his tail off the entire year, so thank you very much to him. I'm going to talk about each association a little bit before I get into the Men's Golf Association. The Men's Senior Association, a big thank you to Mr. Peter Dowling for being the chairman of that association and really doing a fantastic job. The great year was highlighted by some amazing play and terrific participation. Probably saw our highest numbers, which was almost everything here at the club for 2020. But really, the Wednesday Seniors Association was a very solid number week in and week out. So such a great job that Mr. Dowling did working, organizing things, and obviously so much goes out to Paul Frieda, who was the pro of the Wednesday Seniors Association, and he did an amazing job week in and week out as well, getting them prepared, getting them organized, and really they didn't skip a beat this year with everything going on. So big kudos to Mr. Dowling, and big kudos to Paul Frieda for all of their hard work. And obviously they have one signature event that highlights their season each year. It's the season-long match play championship, the seniors match play championship, and that was won by Mr. Bob Sherlock this year. So congratulations to him on that great victory. Moving on to the Nine-Hole Ladies Association, a big thank you goes to Mrs. Lindy Dowling and Mrs. Patty O'Neill for being co-chairs of the Nine-Hole Ladies Association. Talk about numbers on the uprise. 4 or 5 years ago, they probably had 10 to 16 ladies playing on a weekly basis. Now we're pushing that 30 players each Thursday mark. We're averaging somewhere around 24 to 26 participants each Thursday, and that's just an incredible thing. And a lot of that credit goes to Kathy Ritchie, who was a brand new addition to our staff this year, and she really did an amazing job with the Nine-Hole Ladies. Whether it was the clinics, getting all those ladies involved and getting them more comfortable to be out on the golf course, or whether it was just her work with the events on Thursdays. She really did an amazing job. I know the ladies love her, and she's looking forward to many, many more years here at the club and doing a great job for our Nine-Hole Ladies Association. So once again, thank you so much to Mrs. Dowling, Mrs. O'Neill, and obviously Kathy for all of their detailed work. Obviously, the highlight of their association is the club championship, and I would like to congratulate Mrs. Beth Gillen on winning that club championship this year. A great accomplishment for her, and well done. So thank you to the entire Nine-Hole Ladies Association. Moving on to the 18-Hole Ladies Association, a big thank you goes to Steph Matthews and Nancy Matthews for being chairwoman and tournament chairwoman. They obviously really, really do care about the 18-Hole Ladies Association here at the club, and they do a great job coordinating each week. And the biggest thank you, obviously, on my team goes to Vince Canarazzi, who has done an amazing job with the 18-Hole Ladies for now his second season. And I think he really shows maturing and taking events in stride. And there was obviously some challenges in scheduling things for the 18-Hole Ladies. We had to move their majors back later in the year, and really they did a great job getting all of those events in, and that's a big compliment to Mrs. Steph Matthews, Mrs. Nancy Matthews, and obviously to Vince Canarazzi. The highlight of their season is obviously the 18-Hole Ladies Club Championship, and that was once again won by Miss Christina Hall. So congratulations to her. Her game just continues to be so rock solid. So some really good stuff there on the 18-Hole Ladies Association, and thank you so much for a great season. Junior golf. Obviously, junior golf here at the club. It was a challenging year with junior golf. It got pushed back, and then Governor Murphy did allow for summer camps to happen. So we were able to have some junior golf. We probably saw some of our highest numbers. Obviously, there wasn't much more to do for our junior members out there, but it was great to see them here at the club. It was great to see them enjoying our facilities, and it was great to see them enjoying our amazing instruction by our golf staff here. And obviously the highlight of the junior golf is the Junior Club Championship, and that was won by Liam Donnelly, which was a great achievement for him. He's obviously really improved tremendously. He was the medalist in the qualifying for the Junior Club Championship, and then he went on to win the final by a score of 7-6. So really good stuff there by Liam Donnelly. And the junior golf program, we just completed the fall portion of it, and it just continues to build. And obviously we have some great young adults now that went through the junior golf program. When I talk about the Wall Boys, or I talk about Sean Farron or Reed Bedell, we obviously have some tremendous players, and then we have some other individuals that the Farr boys and the Kelly boys that have gone through the system and really have just turned out to be fantastic individuals. So our junior program right now is definitely going to get a lot of those people in the same category, whether they are going to be great golfers or just fantastic people. And I think the junior golf clinics have a lot to do with that. It obviously introduces them to golf, introduces them to being around the club, get to work with the amazing golf staff, and obviously the future is bright for golf here at the club, and the future is bright for prospective members, because that's what I think junior golf is all about. So a big compliment to the junior golf program. Outside of the club, we had some amazing things that happened as well, highlighted by Jack Wall, who won the Met Amateur Championship up at Bethpage Black. What an amazing achievement for a young man that we've obviously heard that name around here for a long time, and this is obviously his signature win so far in his career. I don't think it will be the last one, but I definitely think this is so far his signature win, and a big credit to him. Then the New Jersey Amateur Championship. To think that we've had Mr. Bob Housen win that event 6 times, Mr. Mike Stamberger win that event 2 times, and to think that we had one of our employees here at the club, works in the bag room, is helping out in the golf shop this fall, obviously caddies for a lot of our members out there on the golf course, and really just a fantastic kid. So Austin Devereaux winning the New Jersey Amateur Championship and bringing that back here to Monmouth County and back here to be a part of Manasquan River Golf Club was an amazing achievement. The New Jersey Senior Amateur Championship, which was played at Suburban, we had Chris Housen in his first year of eligibility in the New Jersey Senior Amateur, finish runner-up, which was obviously a great achievement, and really should be proud of himself for that showing there in the New Jersey State Amateur, Senior Amateur. Hoffman Cup. Hoffman Cup is a season-long event. It is usually held in the early spring. This year with COVID, it was pushed back to be almost a season-long thing. Matches started in August, September, October. We were fortunate enough to win our group. We made it to the semifinals, and we defeated Baltusrol in the semifinals. And then yesterday, up at Hamilton Farm, I would speak on behalf of the entire team, especially me, that we didn't have our best showing at Hamilton Farm, but we finished 4th out of 36 clubs that compete in the Hoffman Cup. So really something to be proud about, and I can't compliment my team enough for all of their hard work at the Hoffman Cup this entire year. So moving on to Men's Golf Association, we're going to highlight each event. Obviously, this is when I would bring some people up to receive some trophies. Those trophies will be put in your lockers, so there's no reason to come into the golf shop and grab them. We will put them in your lockers. So obviously, record-setting numbers in every single event we had this year at the club. Really, I mean, it was, whether it was making up a prize fund, whether it was having, the club championship, whether it was, the Trustees Cup or the Secretaries Cup, just record-setting numbers, numbers that we have never seen before. So that's a compliment to the golf staff for organizing everything. That's a compliment to the membership for obviously coming out and participating, and really it was a great year for golf here at the club. So we're going to start things off with the Secretaries Cup. The Secretaries Cup is an 18-hole individual stroke play with 100% handicap allocation. This also serves as the Bristol Memorial qualifier for the last 6 spots. So really there's 2 tournaments going on at once. It's a great event. It really gets everybody out there on the golf course playing their own ball, holing everything out, and just subtracting your handicap at the conclusion of play. This individual that won this event this year, I think, enjoyed a little bit more time here at the club this year. He did recently retire, I believe, at the start of this year. It allowed him to come out. He does enjoy practicing. You see him on the range hitting balls. He used to come over from his office and do that. He chips and putts. He really enjoys working on his game, and it was really nice to see that all pay off. He won the event by 3 shots, by shooting a net 65. The next low was a net 68. And obviously with a fantastic round of net 65, your 2020 Secretaries Cup champion was Dr. Richard Murachanian. So congratulations to him. Once again, Doctor, your trophy will be put into your locker, and well done on that victory. Moving on to the President's Cup. 18-hole individual stroke play at 100% handicap is the qualifier. We do qualify 16 individuals, which then go into the match play portion of the event. Obviously, the qualifier is just like the Secretaries Cup. You get out there, you play your own ball, you subtract your handicap at the conclusion of play, and once again, it really shows the cream rise to the top. And it was a great showing by a lot of our members that participated in the event. The champion ultimately became the number 5 seed after the stroke play portion. Fell into the bracket as the number 5 seed. His matches were victorious by a 3-2 margin, a 2-1 margin, and a 2-1 margin. And then when he got into the finals, his match went all the way to the 18th hole, and he won the 18th hole to win the championship 1-up, and your 2020 President's Cup champion was Mr. Peter Green. So congratulations to Mr. Peter Green on that President's Cup victory. Very impressive, quality stuff. Moving on to Memorial Senior Junior. This event is an 18-hole better ball match play versus par. So you're going out there and you're playing better ball and you're trying to defeat par. Obviously, par does not concede putts. Obviously, par does not concede holes. And obviously, par is never influenced by tough hole locations or windy weather or cold weather or hot weather. Par is always par no matter what. So it's obviously a difficult thing to defeat, and this team did a great job. We actually had 3 teams do a great job. They defeated par by a margin of +9, which was very, very, very impressive. So we had those 3 teams move on to a playoff. And then on the second hole, this team proved to be victorious by birdieing the second hole. They made a net birdie to ultimately win the 2020 Memorial Senior Junior Championship. And your champions for this year were Mr. Peter Green once again, and his partner was Mr. Andrew Naparano. So a big congratulations to them on that great achievement on winning the Memorial Senior Junior. Moving on to the Treasurers Cup. The Treasurers Cup is 36-hole better ball of partners stroke play event. The first day qualifies the top 12 in ties to advance to the second day. And then it is your aggregate score of day 1 and day 2 combined to declare our champions. A great event held in consecutive days on a Saturday and Sunday. And we saw record setting, like I've stated, a turnout this year. And really, it was great to see these teams advance to the second day, and we really had a tight leaderboard, so it was anybody's game on day 2. And these individuals play a lot of golf with each other. They get out there and they walk some holes during the weekday in the evenings, and then they do play a lot of golf together on Saturday and Sunday mornings. And it was great to see them team up and play so well in this championship. And your 2020 Treasurers Cup champions with a score of 131 to win by 2 shots. So 131, which is 13 under par, better ball, very impressive, and they were victorious by 2 shots, was the team of Mr. Andrew Kelly and Mr. Scott Pilling. So congratulations to them on that great achievement. Thank you. Moving on to Men's Club Championship. Obviously, pretty much the highlight of the season at any club. The club championship is what everybody gears up for. We do have the championship flight, then the A flight, the B flight, the C flight, the D flight. So we do crown 5 club champions in their respective flights. And I think everybody really gets excited to participate in that, really looks forward to it, and always want to see their games rise to the top during the club championship. So we have a qualifier to determine who goes into the stroke play, who goes into the match play bracket based off of that stroke play qualifier. So we'll start off with the D flight. This individual qualified as the number 5 seed and proceeded to win his matches to advance all the way to the finals. And in the final, he won by a score of 5-3. I did state this on Club Championship Saturday that his father, who recently passed away, would be extremely proud of him. His game, I believe a few years ago, he was a 28 handicap. He's now down to a 16 handicap. So to think to yourself to shave off 12 shots in a couple of years, which is a very impressive achievement. And he used to come out here and walk holes with his mom and his dad in the evening, and it was great to see him just start playing the game at that. And unfortunately, his father, who was an amazing member here at the club, recently passed away, but he would be so proud of him. And winning the D-Flight Club Championship goes to Brad Campbell. Congratulations to him. Moving on to the C-Flight, this individual also qualified as the 5 seed, proceeded to win his matches and advance to the final, where he won by a margin of 2-1. Definitely has been competitive in the A flight and the B flight before. His handicap has gone up a little bit, but this year I think he's played some really, really quality golf, and obviously got into that flight and pretty much dominated it. Really, his matches went right through the bracket, really rock solid. Very consistent player, very consistent ball flight, hits a little draw. Definitely, knows how to play his game here at Manasquan River Golf Club. So congratulations to our C Flight Club champion for 2020, Dr. Richard Bergotti. Congratulations to him. Moving on to the B Flight. This individual qualified as the 8th seed. One thing to note, his handicap index put him in to the C flight, but he texted me the night before. He's like, could you move me up to the B flight? Which was, he just wanted to challenge himself. I actually had the opportunity to give him a couple lessons leading up to this, and I think he felt pretty good about his game, so he wanted to move up to the B flight. And he qualified as the 8th seed, which I thought was an incredible accomplishment just to get into the bracket. When you bump up a flight, it's impressive to get into the bracket. He won his matches, and he advanced to the finals, where he won 1 up on the 18th green, which was obviously a fantastic match. And just a great accomplishment by our 2020 B-Flight Club champion, Mr. Steve D'Angelo. Congratulations to you. Really impressive stuff. Moving on to the A-Flight. This individual qualified as the number 2 seed and proceeded to win his matches and advance to the finals, where he was victorious by a score of 4-2. This individual also plays up at Echo Lake, was in the Senior Club Championship Finals at Echo Lake this year, literally the next day after this. Unfortunately, he did not win the Senior Club Championship Finals at Echo Lake, but he did get to win the A-Flight Club Championship here at Manasquan River Golf Club, which is just a great, great achievement for him. Really, really impressive stuff. Your 2020 A-Flight Club champion, Mr. Buddy Robinson. Great stuff. Moving on to the Men's Club Championship. Obviously, Mr. Chris Farron, who was our defending champion, was exempt, so they qualify for 7 spots. And this individual was medalist in the stroke play portion of the qualifying and proceeded to win his matches to advance to the final, where he won by a margin of 6-5 in the Men's Club Championship final to win the Club Championship once again. Very steady player here at Manasquan River, knows the golf course very well, plays very well elsewhere, but I think he enjoys playing here at Manasquan River to the highest level. And obviously, if you get out there and watch him in these finals, he is extremely, extremely impressive here at Manasquan River. So your 2020 Men's Club champion, Mr. Ethan Wall. Congratulations to him. Moving on to the Senior Club Championship. This event is an 18-hole individual stroke play event from the white tees at scratch. It was a nice turnout this year, probably our largest one so far. This is an event that we're going to continue to look at on how we can grow it more, possibly have a qualifier and then a match play bracket, which I think would be a nice addition to this event. But this year, our 1995 club champion won the senior club championship, which was great to see. He hasn't played that much golf here recently in the last few years, but it was nice to see him come out for the senior club championship, and it was nice to see him get it done with a score of 78 to win the senior club championship. That's Mr. George Wall Jr. Congratulations to him. Very, very impressive. Moving on to the Trustees Cup. The Trustees Cup is always the last event of the year prior to closing day. A really great event. You do a better ball qualifier for 16 teams to advance to the match play bracket. This team was the number 8 seed after the stroke play portion. They found their way in the bracket as the number 8 seed. Once again, just like our Treasurers Cup champions, they do play a lot of golf together. Really, really get out there. First thing in the morning on Saturday and Sundays. Some of you may not see them because they play so fast and they're done by the time a lot of people are arriving here at the club. But really, really great team. I know they enjoy each other's companies. I know they feed off of each other very well. And it was great to see them win their final match on the 18th green by a score of 1 up. So really impressive match. Very competitive match that went all the way down to the wire, but they proved to be victorious in the 2020 Trustees Cup Championship, and our champions are Steve Rice and Jim Manser. Congratulations to them. Moving on to Player of the Year. His name was mentioned a few times here earlier, winning events here at the club. He won the Memorial Senior Junior. He won the President's Cup. Was extremely steady throughout the entire year. I did mention this before closing day yesterday, that the one thing that I respect so much about our Player of the Year is his course management. I've been fortunate to have played with him a few times throughout the years here at Manasquan River Golf Club, and I really, really marvel at the way he manages himself around the golf course. He knows where to hit tee shots. He knows where to hit second shots. Whether it's a day that the golf course is playing firm and fast, he knows where to land the ball short of the green to bounce it up onto the green. If it is not playing firm and fast because we've had some rain, he knows to take that extra club and to hit it into the middle of the green. Really, really dissects the golf course well. Really, really smart player on the golf course, and he really just handles himself so well. He's a gentleman. I know a lot of people enjoy playing golf with him, and it was great to see him win the 2020 Player of the Year. Just great stuff, and congratulations to him. Your Player of the Year is Mr. Peter Green. Really, really impressive stuff. Such a fantastic year that he had. Obviously, closing day was held yesterday, and that is an 18-hole individual match play versus par event, getting 100% of your handicap. It was a challenging day, a little windy. I knew by going up to Hamilton Farm where I experienced wind that I've never seen before up there on that golf course. But obviously, the course played difficult. Kudos to Matt Morrow and his team for getting the golf course in great shape to play. After all of that rain we had on Friday, we did push it back a day. And thank you to the membership for understanding us switching it to Sunday. And to win the closing day tournament by a score of +4, defeating par by 4 shots or 4 holes, was Mr. Mike Ritaco. So really good stuff. I've had the pleasure of spending some time with Mr. Ritaco on the golf course, playing golf with him, and I know he really is a competitive guy. He takes pride in playing good golf, and it was great to see that happen here yesterday to win the closing day tournament for 2020. Obviously, the rest of the season here at the club, we still have some events, some small events, the Brothers Tournament, big guy golf on the horizon. We will be posting scores here at the club until November 15th. The course will be closed for aeration from Monday, November 2nd until Saturday morning on November 7th. So keep that in mind. The golf course will be closed from Monday, November 2nd until Saturday morning on November 7th. We look forward to winter golf here at the club as well. You know, it's some great stuff to get out there, get some exercise, play some golf. It really plays fun in the winter because it gets a little frozen, gets so firm, and it's a different type of golf. In regards to the golf shop, obviously I have sent out to the membership that by December 31st you must use your golf shop credit. I would greatly appreciate that. I do appreciate the support of the golf shop. I don't have to tell all of you, you know, some of you own your own small businesses. It has been a significant challenge in the golf shop this year, and I do appreciate your support of the golf shop. Hopefully we could see some great support from the membership in November and December for Christmas sales and holiday sales, and obviously to come in and use up your credit by the end of December would be greatly appreciated. So once again, I do really appreciate your support of the golf staff, of the golf shop, of all the events here at the club. It was a challenging year. I feel confident that the golf staff did a fantastic job getting all the events in, you know, taking on new tasks in regards to tee times and whatnot, and we really hopefully exceeded expectations by our members. And once again, I thank my team for all of their hard work, and I look forward to seeing all of you here at the club throughout the rest of the season. I speak on behalf of Sean McPherson and his wife Kate and my wife Jill, who brought babies into the world this year, that we really appreciate all of your support, you know, and congratulating us on our children. So it's been an exciting year, and thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you around the club.